Welcome back, Raider Nation. Before we get into the video, I first want to say thank you guys so much for the recent support. We're a small channel trying to grow and share our passion with as many of you guys out there as possible. So if you do happen to enjoy our content, please like the video, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this page. Let's get into it.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Raider Nation, it's finally draft day, and we're coming out with our final mock draft. So starting off, here's Rashawn.
Yeah, first three picks, we're not even going to discuss. Caleb Williams, Bears. Jaden Daniels, Commanders. Drake May, Patriots. Somebody within the Patriots organization told a Celtics fan today, and cough, cough, his name is Robert Kraft, that the Patriots are drafting a quarterback at number 3. So we went ahead and gave them Drake May at number 3. But Jahan will get into number 4 right here.
Yeah, so number 4, there were talks of teams trading up to number 4 and grabbing a quarterback, but I don't really see that happening now. You know, if you were the Cardinals, why not just take a receiver? You have a need at receiver, so why not just take the best one who's on the board? And we've hammered this point home is that Marvin Harrison is the best receiver prospect since Calvin Johnson. So it's a very easy decision if you're Monty Austinfort. Grab Marvin Harrison and move on.
Yeah, then here at number 5, we had the LA Chargers trading down, which means the Minnesota Vikings trading up to number 5 and taking their franchise quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, out of Michigan. One of the best pro days. Kevin O'Connell gets his guy, and hopefully they'll score more than 3 points.
Yeah, so I think number 5 is going to be interesting to see the Chargers' decision to trade out of that spot. I think it has a domino effect on the rest of the draft because a lot of people have said that they want to take Malik Neighbors, but if they don't take him and he slides to number 6, I think the Giants are all over that because they don't have a number 1 receiver currently, and Danny Dimes is under contract with the Giants, so you get a number 1 receiver for him to target in Malik Neighbors, who's I would say a notch behind Marvin Harrison as a prospect, but he's got that elite speed, elite size, elite jumping, and jump ball ability. So Neighbors has all the tools, and I think in another, class, he would be the consensus number 1 pick at receiver. So, they get a bona fide superstar at receiver at number 6.
Yeah, at number 7, Titans are all over the place. Got rid of Mike Vrabel, and they're really in a rebuilding stage, I feel. Just quite a loser organization. And, what do loser organizations do? They draft tackles, and they draft tackles to heal the wounds of not having a quarterback. They say, okay, let's just give our quarterback currently a good tackle, and he'll be good. So Joe Alt right here at number 7, OT Notre Dame.
Yeah, so with that, at number 8, I think the Falcons are in somewhat of no man's land. You know, they have all the skill positions. They've invested a lot of that in recent drafts, so they got to address the defensive side of the ball at number 8. And I think the 2 players that I think they have even odds currently to be drafted is Laiatu Latu out of UCLA and Dallas Turner out of Alabama. And Turner, I would say, is more gifted physically. He's got that size, the arm length, and physically, I think he's a better player. But Latu is more productive in college, so I think that's going to be the debate in the Falcons draft room. But I think the consensus pick here at number 8 has been Dallas Turner. That's what a lot of the experts have been saying. So we're going to stick with that, wave of momentum and just give them Dallas Turner because, he's rated as the number 1 pass rusher in this draft. So, we give him to him. He's got all the physical tools and hopefully can develop for them into, a superstar.
Yeah, now here at number 9, the Bears get their receiver. And yes, they signed Keenan Allen to be their receiver 1, But Keenan Allen, like we mentioned before, 30 is in the rearview mirror, and he's gonna lose a step at some point in the next couple of years. So they need a guy who's going to be able to take over as a clear number one. And with Michael Penix in college, Rome Odunze thrived and had a great season at receiver. They went to the national championship, came up short, but Caleb Williams gets his guy. The number one overall pick gets his guy at number 9, and we'll have a Pac-12 foe to throw to who actually beat him in senior year. I was at that game.
Moving on to number 10, we got the New York Jets, who they have a lot of needs. They have a hole at offensive line, and they also have a hole at tight end. So with Aaron Rodgers only potentially playing either one or two more seasons, I think you're in win now mode if you're the Jets, and I think they're going to be pressured to take a playmaker for Aaron Rodgers. And the best playmaker available on the board right now is not a receiver, it's Brock Bowers, who's a generational talent at tight end out of Georgia. He's been I think he's been Georgia's best player, and they've just been kicking ass in college football, and he's been their weapon, their star of the Georgia Bulldogs. So with adding a guy like Brock Bowers, you're just maximizing the window you have with Aaron Rodgers to win. And I think with offensive line, it's a deep tackle draft. Maybe you address that later in the draft if you're the New York Jets, but yeah, so Brock Bowers for the Jets at number 10.
Yeah, and the Jets will probably end up changing their logo again if they can't win with Aaron Rodgers. And number 11, so from the trade down with the Minnesota Vikings, the San Diego Chargers are going to select J.C. Latham, tackle out of Alabama. Just a big physical man, 6'5", 342, can play either side of the line. And I know Chargers have Rashawn Slater on one end of the line already, so this guy will be a nice compliment on the other side. And just a violent energy, brings a violent energy to the team, and hypes up everyone, makes everyone better, and he can prevent edge rushers from getting around and getting to Herbert, and that's what they need.
Yeah, Latham to the Chargers has been really picking up steam as of late, so we could definitely see that happening. So moving on to number 12, the Denver Broncos, I think they're again in no man's land. They have a needed quarterback, but I don't think for them, I think they like Bo Nix, but picking him at number 12 overall is a reach in my opinion. I don't think he's worth that sort of draft capital. So maybe they get him in the second or third round. But so if you're the Broncos, I think they have a lot of holes on that roster. It's a depleted roster. So I think for them, I think the best decision for them was to be trading out of this spot to a team like the Rams, who, we've been hearing there's going to be a run on offensive tackle talent in this teen sort of range in the NFL draft. So we have the Rams trading up to number 12 and grabbing Troy Fatanu, who, I would say he's a little underrated. We haven't seen his name pop up as much as some of the other guys have, but he's the NFL consistently rates him higher than guys like Olu Fashanu and Fuaga. So we could easily see him going a little bit higher than expected. So yeah, Troy Fatanu out of Washington to number 12, the LA Rams.
And now the long-awaited 13th overall pick. So yeah, everyone has been saying Raiders could either go tackle, they could go cornerback, or even they might go edge. They might go edge rusher, as if Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins aren't enough on the defensive line. But right here, we're gonna get our franchise guy, and we're gonna get Michael Penix Jr. at 13. We're not gonna waste time trying to trade up in the into the later first round or earlier in the second round to risk and see if Michael Penix Jr. is going to be available. But just a cannon of an arm. And the Raiders' adage has always been like, let's throw a bomb on first down, let's throw a bomb on every down. And Michael Penix Jr. is that guy. He is an accurate, deep driven velocity with a high end arm elasticity. Bro can throw 40, 50 yards down the field. I mean, like with ease. And he's a lefty too. I mean, that's a little different. We're going to have to get used to that. And Devontae's going to have to get used to catching a lefty spiral, much like Jerry Rice had to get used to catching Steve Young spirals once Joe Montana left. But this guy is going to be our guy. And y'all can argue with us all you want, but we need a quarterback. And Aiden O'Connell is just not going to get that done this year unless you guys are trying to go 8-9 again at best and be stuck here again next year with around the 12th to the 14th pick and wondering, oh, why are they no quarterbacks in this year's draft? Because next year's draft class, the quarterbacks are struggling. I mean, they're already, I mean, there's Shadur Sanders who might go top 5, but other than that, there's no one really notable. And Raider Nation, we need this pick.
Yeah, Raider Nation, we're going to be going live for the draft, so be sure to tune into that. And again, thanks for the support. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment down below. But until then, Silver and Black Attack signing off.